A hushed excitement filled the air as Elon Musk stepped into the spotlight of a high-profile talk show known for its no-holds-barred interviews. His invitation had arrived quietly, a simple email among many, but this time something about Brian Palmer's notorious style intrigued him. Unlike the countless requests he'd dismissed before, Palmer's reputation for pushing boundaries and provoking reactions was exactly what Musk felt prepared to tackle. The studio was sleek and modern, with floor-to-ceiling glass walls that revealed a bustling Los Angeles skyline. In the green room, soft chatter and the rustle of production notes were the only sounds before Musk's calm presence cut through the tension. Moments later, he was ushered onto a circular stage lit by dynamic LED panels and framed by a live audience. There, at a polished desk with a pile of cue cards in front of him, sat Brian Palmer, a man known for transforming interviews into dramatic spectacles. "Ladies and gentlemen," Palmer announced with a practiced smile as the cameras began to roll, "tonight we have a truly special guest, the visionary behind Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and many more groundbreaking ventures, the one and only Elon Musk." The applause was thunderous, but the energy in the room hinted that this wasn't going to be a conventional chat. As they settled into their chairs, Palmer wasted no time. Leaning forward with a spark in his eyes, he began, "Elon, you're celebrated as a genius and scorned as a maverick. Some call you a visionary, others a loose cannon. Which one is it?" Musk's lips curved into a slight smile before he replied in his measured tone, "I let history be the judge." The question, seemingly simple, was laced with the expectation of conflict. Palmer continued, his tone shifting from playful to pointed as he navigated through topics that had sparked controversies before: the technical marvels of reusable rockets, the ethical dilemmas of self-driving cars, and even the ambitious promise of brain-machine interfaces. "Your projects are nothing short of extraordinary," Palmer said, "but some critics argue that you're overstepping, playing God, if you will. Do you ever worry that in your quest to push humanity forward, you might be risking more than you're willing to admit?" A brief pause ensued. The audience leaned in. Musk's response was calm, almost disarming in its simplicity. "If I were playing God, I'd ensure that every experiment, every rocket launch, was meticulously safe. Mistakes happen, but progress is about learning and adapting." As the dialogue deepened, Palmer's questions grew sharper. He brought up the recent upheavals at Musk's companies, hinting at the human cost of innovation. "There are reports, accusations of harsh working conditions, even claims of discrimination. How do you reconcile your lofty goals with the realities faced by your employees?" The studio darkened slightly, the gravity of the questions sinking in. Musk's eyes hardened just a fraction before he answered, "Every large organization faces challenges. When issues arise, we confront them head-on. It's not about keeping everyone happy. It's about ensuring the company survives to build a better future." The tension in the room was palpable. Palmer, sensing a shift in momentum, attempted to pivot the conversation back to more provocative territory. "But Elon, with your influence over entire industries, social media, transportation, space, don't you worry about the kind of power one person can wield? Isn't it dangerous?" Here Musk's tone took on a subtle edge. "Power," he said slowly, "is a tool. It can build or destroy. The real danger isn't in having power, but in allowing narratives to be controlled by those who profit from division." His gaze swept the studio, as if challenging both Palmer and the audience to reflect on the broader implications. At this point, the conversation evolved into an unexpected power shift. Palmer, the seasoned host known for his incisive questions, found himself on the defensive. When he tried to steer the discussion back to Tesla's self-driving technology, citing accidents and lawsuits, the room fell silent. Musk's calm rebuttal cut through the tension. "Accidents occur in every industry. Have you ever asked Ford's CEO if he feels personally responsible when something goes wrong?" The audience's reaction was mixed. Some chuckled in agreement, while others sat in contemplative silence. It was clear that Musk was not just answering questions, He was challenging the very framework of the interview. With each pointed remark, he reframed the debate, turning what was meant to corner him into an exploration of media ethics and accountability. "Bryant," Musk said, his voice low yet resonant, "is this really about holding me accountable, or is it about creating a spectacle? We live in a world where everyone is more interested in controversy than in meaningful conversation." His words seemed to echo far beyond the studio walls, striking a chord with an audience tired of sensationalism. Palmer, visibly rattled yet trying to maintain his composure, fired back with a line that had once drawn applause. "You love the underdog image, Elon, the misunderstood genius fighting a rigged system. Isn't that just a part of your brand?" But this time, the response was met with a thoughtful pause rather than cheers. Musk's retort was quiet and measured. "My work isn't about playing a role. It's about creating something that lasts, technology that improves lives, not just narratives that get clicks." By now, the atmosphere had shifted. What began as another provocative interview was morphing into a live demonstration of accountability and power dynamics. The audience watched intently as the host's familiar tactics were turned on their head. It wasn't long before cameras captured every nuanced exchange, and within minutes, snippets of the conversation began circulating online. Backstage, as Palmer collected his thoughts and cue cards, the weight of the moment became evident. His usual control over the narrative was slipping, and the social media buzz was undeniable. Clips of Musk's thoughtful yet incisive responses were already racking up views, with commentators dissecting every word. Headlines began to emerge. "Musk redefines the interview," "When a host becomes the questioned," and "The night the narrator lost control." Outside the studio, the impact was immediate. Twitter, no, X, erupted with debates. Fans and critics alike praised Musk's poise and his ability to shift the conversation to where it truly mattered. In an era where media is often more interested in spectacle than substance, Musk had reminded everyone that the real power lies in honest dialogue and accountability. Later that evening, as Musk drove away in a waiting Tesla, he took a quiet moment to reflect on what had just unfolded. He wasn't just a billionaire with groundbreaking ideas. He was a man unafraid to challenge the status quo, even if it meant exposing the very mechanisms of the media machine. His phone buzzed incessantly with the notifications from supporters and analysts alike, each comment a testament to the fact that sometimes truth is the most powerful counterattack. In the aftermath, discussions swirled about the nature of power and the ethics of modern journalism. Many argued that the night's events were a turning point, a reminder that when questions become too sensational, the answers can reveal far more about our culture than any planned narrative ever could. As the dust settled, one lesson remained clear. In a world overflowing with information, real change comes not from the loudest voice, but from the one that dares to ask, "What's the truth?" And on that unforgettable night, Elon Musk didn't just answer questions, he shifted the entire conversation. If you found this behind-the-scenes look at one of the most talked about interviews enlightening, hit like, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories that peel back the layers of today's media spectacle. After all, sometimes the most powerful narratives are the ones that challenge us to think differently about the world around us.